you get ADHD and you're considering taking medication, I've been taking medication for 2 years. This is Concerta. I've taken Vyvanse, I've taken slow release, fast release. I live in Spain, I'm in Scotland right now, and the process between getting the medication in general was extremely difficult. I'll briefly go through that just now and then I'll go into the actual medication itself, because I might do a separate video on actually the process of it, but it was painful. And I'd love to know your experience down below. If you've experienced it or you're experiencing it at the moment, it would be good to know. But as someone who's taken it for on and off for 2 years, and there's a reason why it's been on and off, and there's a reason why it's worked really well, and there's been other really kind of detrimental effects of it, and I'll go into that. But in all honesty, I think the system in general doesn't work well in the UK. So I'm in Scotland at the moment, moved to Spain about a year ago, but before then, because I've been taking medication for about 2 years, the process to even get diagnosed in the first place was difficult because I had to go private, waiting list is far too long, to go NHS, and then to get this through shared care is impossible. To figure out your dose that you're on is extremely difficult because whatever your GP is, because they don't do shared care, you go on a kind of monthly, between 2 weeks and a month, meeting with them. It costs you about 150 quid each session. Plus, to get the medication, you're paying the dispenser, you're paying the person to dispense it, you're also paying delivery charges, you're paying for the actual medication itself. Hundreds of pounds a month. And then if you're also having like maybe therapy, I'm not in therapy at the moment, but I was at the time. On top of that, you're talking four or 500 quid a month. That's a mortgage for a lot of people. Maybe not right now in the UK, it's maybe half of a mortgage, but in all honesty, it's a massive thing. It's like a car payment a month. And considering there's so many other things you can get easily through the NHS, doesn't seem to be a priority. I don't see much in the way of changing at the moment. That's my personal experience. But when it comes to actual medication itself, I found that the difficulty came with the fact that I feel like the people didn't really understand it. So like my actual experience from having ADHD was that my life started to make sense, but it didn't make it any easier, if that makes sense. So I'd go on the medication maybe after the first few days, but I actually genuinely felt like I was on drugs. I'm not even lying. Like, I was chewing. These bits were sore because I kept clenching my jaw. It was literally as if you were on some sort of hard drug. And luckily I work from home, so no one's seen me. But after that kind of weared off, like I forgot to take it this morning, so like I'm on the low, like when my body kind of got used to this foreign thing, I don't feel it at all anymore. But when it comes to actually getting your dose, we'll ask you a question that really in a month your life isn't going to have changed all that much. And the way that they ask it is as if, has it changed? Have you been fixed almost? And I was answered no. Like maybe there was a slight difference, but I think in hindsight, the difference I was going through at that point in time, my life was a bit of a riot. And maybe for me it was environmental at that point versus medicinal, and whatever medicine or medication that I would have taken wouldn't have helped. So I think that's important. There's no real nuance behind that that I think the NHS provide, and they just put you up and up and up dose. As a byproduct of that, I basically lost close to £50 by accident, or was it 30? I can't remember. A lot of weight, and I didn't need or want to lose weight. I just couldn't eat because I was going so high up in dose because I wanted to fix my issues with ADHD, and it didn't do it. Whereas now I'm on a much lower dose. I don't take them every day. I don't think this is, well, first of all, this is not medical advice, disclaimer, but I don't take it every day because I feel as if I don't need to. Sometimes I forget, but also I feel as if I don't want it to be a crutch either. So if I've got a really solid work block that I need to get in, I'll take it. I'll maybe take it a couple of hours before. Right now I'm on Concerta. Concerta's like methylphenidate, it's a brand name for it. So you can get different, it's like an elephant's on the roof, it's a bird. Anyway, it's definitely something that has definitely really, really helped. But in all honesty, be careful how much of it you take, because More isn't better. More can make you feel more anxious. Caffeine, I still drank a lot of caffeine on it, and I know you really shouldn't. Blood pressure is okay on it, but I think it's very important to realise when it's a medical thing that you need to help your life and there's not an environmental aspect to it, because it's kind of similar in some way to antidepressants, not in a way of I'm comparing them, more so just in the way that regardless of how much of something you take, if your environment hasn't changed, then nothing's actually changed. It's just made you feel a bit better. So you have to still do the work in order to actually change environment and different things and habits that you have to go through. I've just spoke to a client there who has ADHD. I've just realised that I've forgotten to take mine. I don't know if it's too late now. I've forgotten to take it today. I would say probably about 50% of my clients I would say have ADHD and that I work with because I understand it. And a lot of it is just being able to figure out the novelty of what you need week to week, month to month, to kind of keep you gamifying the process of your life, which is the harsh reality behind it. And you can kind of jump thinking more is better in terms of medication or whatever, and then it ends up not being. So I'm really just wanting to share my kind of 2-year experience on the medication, because there's been massive positives from a productivity standpoint. But be careful of how high up in dose you go. Your doctor will probably let you. They get more money out of it, especially if they're private. Similar to the GLP-1s, like they get more money if you go higher in dose. And it's a subscription. And I think we're kind of held by the balls a little bit with the fact that you need these things to almost function in your daily life. Yet you're paying hundreds of pounds for them. So that's just my opinion. If you have ADHD, you're neurodiverse in some way. This is exactly who I help. So you can go down below, look at coaching, where I literally help you manage at least one area of your life to get on top of it, because I completely understand it. If not, and you're new here, you can watch this video here, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.